Kunal Prasad here. I am Ramesh, Assistant Professor in the Department of Aerospace Engineering. Today we are going to discuss a topic on Clapeyron's theorem of three-moment equation. It comes from the Aerospace Structures class for the second year students of aerospace students they are studying. In this Clapeyron's theorem of three-moment equation, why it is used? We all know that statically determined beam and statically indeterminate beam. Statically determined beam means we can identify or we can solve the problem completely to find the all unknowns by using statically equilibrium equation itself. But statically indeterminate beams we cannot solve by using the statically equilibrium equations alone. That means the sum of all vertical forces equal to 0, sum of all horizontal forces equal to 0, as well as sum of algebraic sum of the bending moment about a particular point. Okay, that is equal to 0. That means sigma h that is equal to 0, sigma v is equal to 0, sigma m about a particular point. So these are all called as statically equilibrium equations. So by using these equations we can solve completely all the unknowns in the beam, that is called statically determined beam. But we cannot solve all the unknowns by only using these statically equilibrium equations. We need another equation. Okay, but this Clapeyron's theorem of three-moment equation, we can use this equation to find all the unknowns of statically indeterminate beams. Okay. Static indeterminate beams, what are the beams are available? Can you list out? So one by one. One is continuous beam. Next one is fixed beam. Okay, and overhang with the number of support more than 2 supports. So statically indeterminate beams are here. We can solve the all unknowns so that we can analyze shear force diagram as well as the bending moment diagram by using this method. One by one we can solve. Let's take a continuous beam. Continuous beam. Okay. Let's have a support here and one more support. Here one more support. So totally here the number of supports are more than 2. Here it is 3. So it is called the continuous beam. Let's take the point. This is A, B, and C. Okay. Let's have UDL. A to B, let's have an UDL, and B to C have another UDL. So this is W per meter. Let's take W1 per meter. This is W2 per meter. That is the intensity of load in the region AB. Let's take this is L1, this is L2. The span of AB region is L1 and B region is L2. Now this is the case how to find all the unknowns. Accordingly we can draw the bending moment diagram and the shear force diagram. In statically equilibrium equations we can find all the shear forces first, then we can draw the shear force diagram, then we can find all the bending moment at all points, we can draw the bending moment diagram. But here is not the thing. Okay. Now we have to segregate the region AB alone and BC alone. AB alone and BC alone. Okay. So consider this AB alone, you just ignore BC, and this is the AB. These are simply supported beam with the UDL. Okay. So with UDL means the maximum bending moment. So M max for a simply supported beam with this one. It is W. Okay. So M max equal to WL squared by 8. That is the maximum bending moment. This is the formula we can derive, but you have to keep these things in our mind. So accordingly, you can say that it's also simply supported with the UDL, and it follows a curvature called parabolic. And let's go for the another region BC. It's also same. The only thing is this intensity of load is different as well as the span is also different. So here also the same formula only W L square by 8. So the value you just apply, I can get it, and it also follows the same parameter. Okay. So this is the first thing we have to look on to draw the bending moment diagram and by segregating region by region. Okay. After that, how to solve? That's the method. Here the thing is we are going to introduce the Clapeyron's theorem of three moment equation. I am just writing this. What is theorem of three moment equation? Let's have Ma into L1 plus 2MB into L1 plus L2. Next we are having MC into L2. Okay. So three moment, so that in the region itself, okay, they are having the beam itself, we are having two regions, MA, MB and MC. Three moments coming to between the equation. And in the right hand side, that is equal to 6A x bar divided by L1 plus 6A x bar by L2. Here we can say this is A1 x bar, A2 x2 bar. Okay. So this is the Clapeyron's theorem of three moment equation containing all three moments. Okay. How to find all the things now? That is the question first of all. First, we can tell what is MA. Okay. So since it is a left extreme end, okay, now consider the whole thing. Since it is a extreme end, okay, then the bending moment is equal to 0. That is force into perpendicular distance. You can consider the left side. So load is there. Okay, it is called a support reaction RA, and here support reaction RB. Here support reaction RC. So RA into there is no distance. That is MA equal to 0. As well as the right and extreme end, that MC, that due to that the moment equal to 0. Okay, so I can cancel it here. I can cancel it. The thing is MB L1 plus L2. So the MB is the one and only unknown. So by solving this one, you can find the bending moment at the intermediate support. Okay, and in the right hand side, we are having what is A1 x bar, A2 x2 bar. That's the thing we have to be clarity. Okay, and this A refers area of the maximum diagram, area of the maximum bending moment diagram, BM. Okay, here the region AB, the bending moment diagram has been drawn. Okay, so the maximum bending moment here, I told you it is W L square by 8. It is W1 L1 square by 8. That is the value. Here also the same thing, W L square by 8. Okay. So area we can find. Okay. How to find the area? So it depends on geometry. Okay. Since this is parabolic curve, we have to find the parabolic area of the parabola. Okay. Area of the parabola. So area of the parabola, that is equal to 2/3 of base into area is equal to 2/3 of base into length. Okay, sorry, that is called, you can have, this is called as h. 2/3 of b into h. And what is base? Base is nothing but this one, that is the length. Okay, and the h is the height. Height means this one. So the height is the maximum bending moment, that is called W L square by 8. So the value can apply here. Okay, so base is nothing but this one, that is span, Here also span. So I can find A1 means B1 into H1, A2 means B2 into H2. Only thing is the H1T is the main. Here the thing is to calculate maximum minimum time. Okay. After finding this one, X bar we have to notify. X bar is nothing but centroid. X bar equal to centroid. So you consider span ABC. Okay. Here considering the AB, region AB. So in this AB means AB is the left side. Okay. So X bar, let's take X bar here, let's take this is X1 bar. BC, ABC, BC is in the right side. So this is in the right side. Right side means you take a centroid and it should be measured from the right side. So like that you have to take it account for measuring the centroid. Okay. So after finding these things, you can apply in this equation. You can get directly MB value. Okay. After finding the MB, we can find the other things. That means reaction. That means take a measurement about point A, find the shear force values. Okay. You can take either left or right side. Like that you can take. What the shear force conditions you are going to take, you just apply. At MB is equal to this one, you can find the shear force values, and after finding the shear force values, you can do that. If MB is equal to some value you are getting, okay, just take this will be equal to one value. Okay, you just put it. You directly join. Okay, so this is positive. It is also positive, but this is okay, does not overlap. So this will be the negative value. So MB you get positive, but when calculating the shear force to find the reactions, you apply as a negative value. So like that you can apply and you can get the values of all supporting axes. RA plus RB plus RC equal to the total value, that is W into L plus W2 into L. Like that you can apply, get the value of RA, RB, RC. After finding reactions, you can draw the shear force diagrams. Okay, this is the methodology how to solve a completely statically indeterminate beam. Here I have given a continuous beam. Okay, thank you all for watching this one. I will see another class with a different topic. The same topic continuous beam. One more support if comes. What to do? Okay, thank you all.